with Time Out at Time Out with Kisei. I am your host Kisei, and I'm here to elevate, educate you, and entertain you. And today things will get a little uncomfortable, especially with it being Black History and all the stuff that Trump is doing. Things are getting a little hot, and we want to keep everybody in the loop of things going on. I like this new background I got going on. It's got it looks like some rock and roll, but it's cute. But anyway, so this part, so what I have done now, I broke it up in two segments. So it's going to be Time Out with Kisei, Rodney, whenever he joins me. Um, but then I'm also going to have, I dubbed the other part of it, Time Out Conversations with Kisei. Only because I know me, and by myself, I can start talking too much. So I figure if I have someone on here that we're talking to, we need to dub that as separate because we need to keep that separate. Now, this person I do have come on at 10 o'clock, I really would like for him to be a co-host as well, other than just a guest, because he's so full of knowledge. And I'm so sorry, he's so full of knowledge, and he doesn't mind ruffling the feathers. So I like that. He's like so he is like against the colonizers. He don't got no time for you if you're not trying to speak up for the people. So, but we're gonna meet him at 10 today. But for right now, I wanted to go ahead and talk about do my normal segment situation, and get you guys inspired, or wherever you are. If you're working out, if you're driving to work, wherever you are, I'm sending positive vibes and good intentions. Make sure we're having good intentions for the day. This is the only time, this is February 17th, right? February 17th. This is the only February 17th, 2025 you'll ever see in your life. So make sure that you are taking full advantage of it. All right. So, guys, and wherever you are, please, please, please make sure you are liking and subscribing. Wherever you are, we are on YouTube, on Kisei and Rodney, YouTube, Time Out with Kisei. Everything is live here too. So you could just come over here and hit like and subscribe and be a part of our world over there too. All right, so I'm going to hop right in. Our affirmation of the day is I am worthy of success, happiness, and abundance. I release doubt and embrace my power. Say it again, say it and mean it. I am worthy of success, happiness, and abundance. I release doubt and embrace my power. Like, listen, guys, if you really embrace that and really understand that that's real, that is, you are so worthy of success. Like, it's written for us. We are, especially for the Black people. I know for a long time, I thought that our culture started with slavery. It wasn't until I grew up and learned more. Like, we are like royalty. We are worthy of success. We are not here to be sitting around and being average. We have been conditioned to be like that, but we are not average people, and we've been conditioned to. And I'm not saying if this is what you do, and I'm not knocking anybody. If you have your 9 to 5, and if that's what makes, if you take your one vacation a year, that's what we've been conditioned to do. That's not what we should be doing. I mean, the world has to go around, and people have to be in these certain places, but a lot of us have been conditioned to allow mediocrity, and we aren't mediocre people. Okay, so um, our intention of the day, your intention is to help you just to stay focused. You make your intention of the day. You need to remember when you see yourself shifting away, bring it back up. What my intent was today, and for our intention today is to be present. With so much going on, it is easy to be distracted, but you want to be focused on the now and give the energy to what truly matters. The book I'm reading, 369. I'm so in love with that book, and it really talks about being in the now, being in the present, and like that's all that matters. Like, we spend too much planning on stuff, and we spend too much time overthinking things. And if you are right here in the moment, right here, right now, this is all that matters, because this is all you can control. So if you're putting your all into right here and right now and being present, this time is going to be amazing. Especially when like I've been I've been remembering trying to be mindful of that. Like if I'm talking to somebody, instead of like something, I'm very mindful to pick my phone up and I'm like, oh no, that's rude as fuck. Or even if I'm watching if I'm watching a show, like I do have my shows where I have background noise. Then I have shows where I need to pay attention, and a lot like with Lioness. I don't know if you guys, if you've been here, you heard me say I watched the Lioness, but with the Lioness, it was a couple parts I was like, now, dag, I had to go back and rewind that because I I missed it. I missed it. When I had to text my homeboy like, so wait a minute. And he just looking. He's like, girl, like, put the phone down. Put the phone down. So once I put the phone down and I really went back and looked again, I was like, okay. So it was like you definitely, even with those things, you had to be mindful. Like had to be present because it was like down to the last episodes, and I said, well, wait a minute, how the hell it was two major scenes that I had missed? And he was like, put the phone down. So I went back and watched the two episodes. I was like, okay. So let's be present. Just remember to be mindful. I mean, and you'd be surprised how even, especially when with your, we are so notorious. I know I can, and I know we're all more alike than not. We all can take a moment and just drift off and be somewhere where negative, where we don't need to be. So and you have to remember you are in complete control of what you think. So in that moment when you find yourself, you like basically brewing, cooking on something, as Glow would say, you got something cooked, you be like, you know what, I can't cook on that. I need to cook on what yacht I'm gonna buy and what yacht I'm gonna upgrade from once I buy that yacht, and where my next house is gonna be. You gotta really shift the focus of what you put in your time into, and you need to really. I was talking to my cousin today, and I was telling them that it's really time for you to be selfish with yourself, because a lot of times we're not selfish with ourselves. A lot of times we invest so much into worrying about what other people are thinking or feeling about us. We fall short. And I was like, listen, it's time for you to really become selfish with yourself, because you so caught up in what was, you're not paying attention to what is right here, right now, and what can be. So you gotta really stop yourself in those tracks and really be like, wait a minute, I can't be I can't be brewing on that. I got other stuff to be brewing on. Okay? Don't overthink anything, no stressing, just being that moment. And I'm telling you, life just gets a lot easier. All right, so the word of the month. I think the word for timeout, period, is going to be resilience, because to me that's what black people are. We are just resilient. Like you could really, they have, when we got emancipated, they gave us nothing, and we're so resilient. We came back with everything. They they take every, it's in our DNA, just like it's in their DNA to take and steal. It's in our DNA to bounce back and be resilient. It really is. It's in our DNA. You can take anything from us. I don't care where you, I have seen people in some real destitute situations. Like I got homeboys that was locked up for years, came home and just bubbled. I got homegirls that like was at the bottom and just came back in this bubble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's in our DNA to survive. Like if y'all ever seen trading places, if you haven't, you should. It's really a psych movie. It really is. But excuse me, I'm so sorry. It's really a psych movie. Children, if you have not seen, and when I say children, I mean my children, my bloodline, my children. This is your assignment to go and watch. And I see some of y'all over here, my young bloodline. I see, I ain't gonna call y'all out, but I need to make sure that y'all go watch Trading Places. All right. The Outsiders too. We'll start with Trading Places though, because the Outsiders might be a little bit too heavy for you. Although you should have definitely, absolutely have seen it already. But I need for y'all to watch Trading Places. It's a psych movie. All right, so let's talk about this current events that's going on. Now my sister was telling me about, and I had to be careful not to get caught up because I had to be off of here in 22 minutes. My sister was telling me about how this is from CBS News. Trump wants to close the carried interest tax loophole, a long time target of Democrats. I like this. President Trump is proposing to eliminate tax loophole that's also a long time target of some Democratic lawmakers. Mr. Trump is working on no tax on senior Social Security, no tax on overtime pay, as well as renewing the tax cuts in the 2017 Tax Cuts and Job Act. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said on January 6th, but she added the president also wants to abolish the carried interest tax deduction loophole. Okay, tax breaks that might be home. Given so the latter tax break might not be well known to many Americans, given that it's predominantly used by hedge funds. This is not my demographic over here. The loophole allows investment managers to greatly lower their taxable income, a major perk for investors whose annual earnings can mount into billions. Listen, I'm not mad at that either because I have my investments. I just need you to be a little bit humane, okay? Carried interest refers to the income that investment managers collect from their funds, which is typically 20% of profits. Under the tax law, that income tax at the capital gain, which at the top, long term versus that. Ooh, okay. All right, so I don't know how much. I don't know how much that. And I don't. I should have. Well, she just told me it's like legit before I came on about that because I was talking about. We was talking about. She just came on and told me that. No tax on tips. Okay. She said that too. End taxes on tips, darn. Okay, so he's going to end tax on tips. I like that. I like that. That makes me mad too, though. Especially being in our line of work where we accept tips. I mean, what you mean? They're like, you taxing our other money. But if you're a restaurant worker, a server, a valet, a bellhop, a bartender, or any one of my caddies, or any other worker who relies on tipped income, your tips will be 100% yours. I love that. Hold on now. Hold on. I appreciate him for that. I really do. All right. So, cutting taxes on tips has support from industry trade grades. Yes, the state's largest labor union and politicians on both sides of the aisle. So everybody's agreeing on that. Yeah, I mean, for real though. Economists and policy experts. Yeah, that definitely help the economy. If people can not pay, less enthused, calling the idea unfair, costly, and unconsequential to most lower income. I mean, what? However, less enthused, calling the idea unfair, costly, and inconsequential to most lower income Americans. What? No taxes on tips may have been a good political move to propose during the campaign, but it's certainly bad tax policy. I, I don't know. I I mean, I'm not no economic major, but I would think that um, taking the taxes off that kind of stuff, off of anything, off of all that, would make the economy spend more money because they're going to have more money. I mean, that maybe I'm missing something. Again, I'm not an economic major. I don't know anything about that. I just know from being a person. Oh, if I have a couple extra dollars, I'm gonna go over to Shein and get a couple more and get a couple little cheap outfits, right? You know, the majority of Americans who also support the idea, 73% of Republicans and 75% Democrats, and 73% of independents were in favor, according to. I can't see anybody not being in favor of that because at some point, all of those people have somebody who has worked for tips. Like even like I said, even if none of us here and I have, don't get it twisted, I do services. Even if even if some of us never have. I know people who have never worked for tips. They have no idea about that. But they know people, they've heard us complain about tips. Me and my brother, we do services, so we like a tip. Especially if, like, if I'm showing up to do your makeup and stuff like that, and trust me, everything I use in my kit is bougie, okay? Everything is bougie. Whether it's a facial or makeup, is everything is bougie. It's either handmade or is like expensive. All right. So we have our products that we have that we take pride in, that cost us money. Is not anything. You're not getting anything cheap. Or not saying that some cheap stuff is not good, but you're not gonna get a wardrobe of Sheen when we show up. Um, Also, we have, depending on how far we drove, we have our gas, our tolls, our time. So when we factor in, when we make these prices to show up for services, weddings and stuff like that, that's all factored in. But then you see, like, I have in my contracts, gratuity, a percentage of gratuity is appreciated. And sometimes you have to remind people that, but um I know when we do get extra, it's cool because usually I'm doing something big. I got girls I have to pay, I have people I have to pay and stuff like that. So anything extra, we love a tip. And more than likely, I'm probably going to take the people out that I just work with and spend the money on them or what have you. I'm going to donate it to somebody. So it makes the economy better. I know if I have extra, I'm always doing something, tie them with it some kind of way. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I'm back on this. Whew, that blood cleanser and skin purifier and mugwort tea. It's the most awful thing. And I'm telling y'all, nothing makes it taste better. There's no amount of agave. I could put a little bit of cream in there, and I don't even have anything. All I have is buttermilk. Oh, it's so hard, but it's so good for you. It's so good for you. It's so good for you. All right, guys. So now, let's talk about. I'm going to keep it moving only because I need to get off of here, and we are at 17 minutes, so that's cool. Um, I don't know why they did that. Why they? So I want to talk about. Let's do some horoscopes for the day. Horoscopes for February 17th in 2025. All right, so for today we have Aries, Aries, take bold steps, but avoid impulsive decisions. Stay focused. Taurus, patience is key. Trust the process and remain steady. Gemini, communication is your superpower today. Express yourself clearly. Cancer, prioritize emotional well being. Self care will help you stay balanced. Leo, confidence leads to success. Shine your light, but stay humble. Virgo, organization brings peace. Tackle lingering tasks efficiently. Libra, seek harmony in relationships. A small gesture of kindness matters. Hi, Lee. Thank you. Scorpio, trust your gut. A hidden truth may surface. Stay prepared. Sagittarius, embrace adventure. Try something new and expand your perspective. Capricorn, hard work pays off. Stay disciplined, but take time to breathe. Aquarius, your innovative ideas shine. Share them with the world. Pisces, creativity flows effortlessly. Use it to manifest your dreams. Guys, when I tell y'all manifesting works, like, I need to make a whole series on manifesting. I think I am. But it works. But you have to, it's just like with anything, you have to believe in it. You have to honestly believe in, like, believe in it. You have to have faith, uncircumstantial faith And then once you have uncircumstantial faith, it's really easy for you to manifest something. But it's crazy because a lot of times, like last week when I was talking to my sister, and she was just telling me some stuff, and I was just praising and praying. I'm just like, yes. And I said, I had to check myself. I said, this is everything I prayed for. And I already know this is what she had prayed for, just because we in unison like that. And I said, I had to check myself because it was like a lot of times you pray for stuff and it's like, you put it out there, and then when it comes back, you're like, oh, well, wait a minute. And it's like, well, what you mean, wait a minute? What was you expecting? What? You didn't think it was going to happen? So, yes, manifesting is real. All right. And so, sports highlights, I don't know. I know basketball. I know basketball is going on right now. I don't know what's going on with basketball. I didn't really look. Sorry, guys. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Um, so for our Black History fun fact, I love this. All right. The 1712 Willie Lynch letter is a myth, but the tactics were real. A widely circulated document known as the Willie Lynch letter claims to be a 1712 speech given by a British slave owner in Virginia, outlining a brutal psychological method to control enslaved Africans for generations. Though historians have debunked the letter as a hoax, citing linguistic inconsistencies and the lack of historical evidence, the strategies it describes, such as pitting enslaved people against one another based on skin tone, gender, and other traits, were and is still very real. The concept of divide and conquer was a fundamental tool used by enslavers to maintain control. The house versus field dynamic, colorism, and generational trauma stem from real strategies that slave owners implemented to destabilize unity among enslaved people. Still, now, presently. The effects of these tactics still influence Black communities today, reinforcing the importance of historical awareness and cultural healing. I don't care. That was not fake. And I'm gonna say that only because so does anybody watch what is the name of Shonda Rhimes did it? It's Bridgerton, where it has the lady and they're typing and she's like a false person, but everything she writes is real. Now we know that that letter was not fake. It was not no hoax. That's real. It's something that we used to also call the scatter chatter when we was in high school. That wasn't fake. That was 100% real. That letter was 100% real. And it's still happening today. But the sad thing is that people are waking up. People are waking up. Now, Trump is trying to, and I get where he's coming from. He thinks it's going to happen. He's trying to just make everything black and white. No focusing on this and no focusing on that, because he's going to stop racism. But it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop racism. So let people be proud of who they are. And honestly, y'all made it. Y'all made it like this. So we always going to be proud. We always going to shout the people who don't mind being loud and shouting. We're at that point now. So, and it's like you trying to come in and put all this, shut it down, make it quiet. It's like you trying to put the blanket over it, or trying to put a Band-Aid on it and trying to shut us up. But no, you can't. No, you can't, because the children, the older people need to know what's happening. I seen a meme the other day. I think I played it for y'all last week. We're going to go into these a couple, because I'm sharing these all the time. I seen a meme the other day where a lady was like, I've been lied to. I've been lied to. She's been lied to all these years. You know, the great white men were made to be great white men, and not the diabolical thieves and menaces that they really are. Like I had a sister say, "Oh, it was uncomfortable too." Let me see.
Is because they believe we only exist to serve them or entertain them. If we do something within our own community for us, it doesn't replicate some form of servitude or involve them at all, they feel left out. In their minds, our only purpose is to exist to serve them in some way. They believe that we should inherently sacrifice our bodies for them and do not see us as human with our own autonomy, our own ideologies, interests, capabilities. This is why Trump brought up the fact that immigrants were taking black jobs. He and a lot of other white people believe that black people only exist in America to serve. He doesn't believe that we should be in any leadership positions or any job that serves our own interests or community. The only reason so many people were upset about the halftime show is because it had a much deeper meaning, and that meaning they could not understand. They realized that the entertainment that they think belongs to them was not for them. They think that all entertainment should be accessible to them and about them. They can't fathom how we can do anything other than be a black body for their enjoyment. This is why they always tell athletes who use their platforms to speak about injustice that they need to just stick to football. We don't want to hear your opinion because they don't value us. They don't see us as human. That is their way of attempting to put us in our place. Do what we want you to do. Entertain us, use your body to play the sport that you're good at, and win me some damn money. Don't even get me started on the way the NFL draft mimics the slave trade. White people know how talented and capable we are. They know how close-knit of a community we have. They know that we don't need them to thrive, but they need us to thrive. If we didn't exist, they wouldn't have anywhere to steal their ideas from. And they wouldn't be able to keep up with the constant demands of life. They expect everyone else to do it for them. A lot of white people only want us if they can profit off of us in some way. Anything that the black community initiates for ourselves offends them because this idea of white ownership is not at the core of what we do. They hate that even though we have to work 10 times as hard as them to get in some of the same positions of power and influence, we always do the job better than them. Every single time.
Honey, what she said.
The reason white people get so upset when black people are celebrated is because they believe we only exist to serve them or entertain them.
That wasn't even what I was trying to have y'all listen to, but I mean, she came on right in time.
Some form of servitude.
She came on right on time. I was really trying to see. Let me see. This person, I want her. I'm gonna put hers out here, and then I'm going to What? Let me unlock this. I hate that they do this. All right, let me see. Oh, this too. I like this. I like this guy. I like
Serena Williams did a dance that nearly cost her reputation. But at the Super Bowl, it made her a legend. I know everyone is talking about Kendrick Lamar and his fantastic performance, but consider Serena and her surprise performance. It happened at the Super Bowl, and it was bigger than just dance. You see, back in 2012, Serena did a crip walk after winning Olympic gold, and the backlash was swift. Fox Sports called it immature and classless. The LA Times said it should be separated from the violence associated with that dance. She was pressured to apologize, not for disrespecting anyone, not for breaking any rules, but for celebrating herself in a way that made certain people uncomfortable. Fast forward to the Super Bowl. Same dance, same Serena, but a completely different response. Why? The space that she was in, surrounded by Kendrick Lamar and other black artists, unapologetically owning their culture, free to be joyful, free to be in that space, free to be herself.
Hallelujah.
That right there is the story. It's not just about Serena, but it's about every black woman and what they face every single day. Here's the reality. 79% of black women report feeling like they have to change their behavior at work just to make others comfortable. 54% of black women leaders say they feel pressure to adjust how they speak or even how they look. Meanwhile, studies show that workplaces with inclusive cultures are twice as likely to succeed financially. So what does this tell us? It tells us that this isn't about professionalism, it's about control. Black women are forced to shrink themselves to fit into spaces that were never built for them in the first place. And yet, when black women are given the space to just exist as they are, to celebrate, to express, to take up room, magic happens. And sometimes that magic looks like the greatest tennis player of all time doing this dance on the world's biggest stage while millions cheer. It's not just dancing. It's not just a viral moment. It's freedom. And here's the question we need to sit with. Why does that freedom only exist in certain spaces?
So, guys, I just want to take a time and shout out our troll. Hey, what's his name? This troll. We got a troll, guys. We got a troll. Dang. Wait a minute. There we go. We got a troll. Hey, G-Man. Hey, I'm talking about you. We got a troll, guys. One of those haters that's mad we celebrating Black History. Yes. You such a hater. I love it. Y'all need to go get something else to do, honey, because we are here and we are here to stay. And we're here because y'all lazy. Y'all lazy. I love it. I celebrate when I get my trolls, y'all. That means I feel like we've accomplished something. Because, you know, they always be mad. They be so mad when we use our platform to call them out. But there's nothing you can say, honey. There's nothing you can say to me to ever make me feel some kind of way. Because you are the one sitting here on my platform. On my platform. You make $50K a month and you got time to sit here and bother me? Independent house, but you got time to bother me. Yeah, right. You sit right at home in your trailer park, boo. We know you in your trailer park. You in your trailer park. You ain't got where you at. I'm surprised you even can get internet where you at, because you know you up there in the mountains. Well, honey, I'm gonna celebrate you. Okay. Gosh, y'all, I love it. I ain't looking you up, boy. Bye, please. Anyway, so like I was saying, I gave that hater too much hate. It's a shame. Y'all see how mad they are? We are like, what, 400 years later, and they still just over here trying to find any kind of way. Like, they so threatened by us that they just want to come on here and just use a they so threatened that we great, and that this is how they gotta come on and try and make themselves feel better, guys. You know, it's people like that all the time. Yes, hitting racism, please. It's so sad though. It's so sad. Like, what gets me is, and I didn't know about racism until I actually went to school. So, because my parents, and if you guys listen to me, you know, you've heard me talk about my parents before, how my parents were hippies. Like, we had everybody in the house with us. So when I went to school and we learned about Martin Luther King, and it was like, I came home and asked my mother, I said, white people don't like black people? And she was like, what? I said, white people don't like black people? And she had explained to me, like, no, that's not true. You know, people like that, they're just ignorant. You know, and she broke it down to me. She said, you know, you don't ever treat anybody different because of how they look or how they sound, you know? And so I never did. And I never people like him, I always just know that people like that, they're just ignorant. They don't know. So you have to really, and I teach you that in psychology class, that you have to be sympathetic with people's ignorance because they just don't know. When you know better, you do better, you know? So I mean, he sounds just like my handyman. He's a Trumper, and I'd be like, he don't even care. But I meet people where they are. I don't care. I don't care. I got plenty of homeboys that they don't even know that they racist. I had to let them know all the time, like, that's racist, right? They don't be knowing until it's gonna be a black person gonna have to come save them. I see it all the time. People say, "Oh my God, I was such a terrible person a couple years ago," and they had something humane happen to them. So I'm just gonna we're just gonna vibrate higher for you. We're gonna send you some positive vibes. You know how we do. Y'all can't never tear us down, honey. Y'all can't never tear us down. So we're just gonna send some positive vibes your way, babe. Because we're resilient enough. We get through it. We don't care about people coming on here and trying to act bad on our space. So, but anyway, guys, I want you to come back. G Mitch, I want you to come back. I got somebody coming on at 10 o'clock that he would love to hear from you. What I find funny is that 60% of Mexicans voted for Trump. Now he's sending them back to Mexico. Yeah, listen, even all these white folks that voted, and any federal government folks ain't got no jobs too. Like, but the thing about it is Trump told y'all. But that's one thing you gotta respect about Trump. Trump will let you know what it is. He gonna tell you right what it is. He ain't trying to fake or be phony. You know right what it is. Period. But guys, I'll be back at 10 o'clock. I got somebody coming on. I need a little bit of break before we get on because he's going to be lit. And he's going to make things very uncomfortable. He here for the colonizers. He here for you, G. Mitch. Listen. I'm not even going to listen. I'm not mad at nothing Trump's doing right now. I'm not mad at nothing Trump is doing. I just feel sorry for you that you really sit around this. I feel sorry that you, like, I'm just not. I know when I'm on the yacht, when I'm on my yacht, I'm absolutely, or on my balcony in my tropical places, I'm absolutely not inviting you on no live. Boy, bye. You not getting that kind of, you ain't getting that kind of, wait, debate about what? That your pee, your shit is the same color as mine and it stink and your blood is the same color. That's, we not gonna debate about that, debate about how ignorant you are. I'll let you sit and see how intelligent we are. And on that note, thank you, Big V. I appreciate you. On that note, guys, I'm going to wrap this up here. I'll be back at 10. All right, guys? Good morning to you, Big V. Guys, come back at 10. It's going to be very uncomfortable in a great way. We're going to be talking about pre-colonialism and thinking back, before time. We need to get back. So that's that.